Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my Tom 90 planner, my current setup, and how it will look for the month of May. I like to do an update on my planner monthly because I do change things up every now and then, and I just like to keep you all updated on my process and how I am currently thinking. My Tom 90 planner is a custom planner that you can get from Etsy. Mine currently has 6 sections in here. However, you can get it with 4 sections if you don't have as much going on as I do, because this is a custom planner that you can kind of design in order to help you organize your entire life. Now, in my last video, I was trying to use 2 books. I was using one more as a planner and one more as a notebook. However, every time I try and use 2 books, it doesn't work out, which is why I always end up coming back to one. And so we will be going back to one for the month of May. I found myself pulling stuff out of my notebook just to add it into my planner so that I could only carry around this one book, and I realized that it just wasn't making any sense because I kept trying to go back and forth. I would look for stuff that was in the other book and I thought it was in this planner because I was pulling out sheets and adding them in here. It was just not working. So revamp my system to go back to the one book to help me to organize everything. However, if you are interested in possibly using 2 books, then I will link that video above because it may help you on your journey. I just ended up having to come back to the one. So this is my letter size Tom 90 planner. I do have the black leather cover on the front. We have the gold metal disc. These are 1-inch discs, and when you open it up, I still have my Tom 90 cover and my current table of contents. I switched up my table of contents to currently cover all of the areas that I currently have within my planner. And I know a bunch of you were saying you wanted to be able to customize the table of contents in order to add it into your planner. So I will link this below because I am adding this into my Etsy shop so that if you are interested in getting a custom table of contents where you just tell me what you would like your sections to be, then you can do that, and then that way I can print it off and send it to you. But within my table of contents, I do have the 6 areas that I currently have in here. We have my schedule, my work, my personal, notes, faith, budget, and I do have some additional bottom tabs which are my planner inserts. So I will always organize my planner in one of 2 ways. So it will either be by action, where it may be my schedule and my to-do section, but it is based on what I need to do, and so all of these areas may be together, or I will organize by subject. I have currently decided to organize by subject, and I will do this whenever I need to be way more detailed in the particular areas that I am trying to organize. Like for the next upcoming month is my daughter's birthday, and so I added my personal section back into my planner because I knew I was going to have to do a lot of planning for her birthday party, and so I know that I wanted that in here. That way I have space to add all of the details that I need in order to make sure that I am fully prepared. I also have some other work and church goals that I am trying to meet, so I do believe that having my current planner organized by subject, since there are so many additional things that are going on, different projects that I am working on, I am able to add more detail in the different areas that I have here. So this is my table of contents, and then after this it goes straight into my schedule planner, which is my catch-all planner, and I currently have my goals on this front page, and I will keep my goals here. I also will check them off as I do them. At the end of the month, I will see how well that I do with these particular goals, and then I will set new goals for the upcoming month. So we have my calendar here, and this is just my monthly calendar. I will check things off as they are happening throughout the month. And then we have my schedule planner. My schedule planner is probably the most consistent planner that I have. I am always within this planner, and I am always using colorful boxes to mark off everything that's coming up throughout the month. Now this month we kind of started to stop using boxes and earlier on in the week, and that's just because I got so busy. I was out of town with my daughter. She had a school trip and I attended with her, so I had one sticker book, but I didn't have all of my supplies. So I was kind of planning on the go here, and I would just write down things as they were happening and check them off as I needed them. But my weekly planner is going to remain the same. name. I always usually keep this one in here, and we are definitely going to be using this one for the month of May. The second planner in here is my work planner. Now this is one that I will take out and then add in from month to month, just depending on what I am currently working on. I did realize that I needed it for the month of May, and this is a dashboard planner. On my overview page, I will put in here all of the things that are coming up for my work, the different projects that I am working on, the different things that I need to do. I am working on some projects for the Organize You, and so that is why I have decided to add this planner back into my system. I do have some series and some different things that are coming up, so I really wanted to be super detailed, and that's why I decided to add this one back in. In the past, I would not have a work and a personal planner. I would just combine the two and use a to-do planner, and it would be a vertical planner. However, when I am planning just for my work, just for my social media, and I have different projects kind of going on at the same time, I prefer to use the dashboard planner. I feel like the dashboard planner helps me to write out additional lists and different things that I need to do for additional projects that are coming up. I didn't use this one for the month of April, but we will be adding it for the month of May. So I've already popped it in here so that we can be ready to go. After this one, we do have my personal planner. Now, my personal planner is the one that will go back and forth between personal and to-do. Last month, I used it as a to-do planner, meaning that I had a mixture of work and personal to-dos within this one. For this upcoming month, for the month of May, it will be just my personal planner. That means I am going to be adding in here my habits, all of the things related to my health. I am also going to be adding in here family, things that I need to do for my home. It will still be one really long list where I can keep up with everything. I think on my monthly page, I am going to use this page in order to keep up with church events. That is my goal, is that I am going to kind of keep up with all of my church events and meetings on this calendar. And then within here, it will be all of the other personal things and church things that I need to do. But this is a vertical planner, and I love using this one as a brain dump as well. So I will usually do that on my sidebar, where I will just write down all of the things that I'm currently kind of thinking about. And whatever I'm thinking about, it will just kind of go on the side, and I'm just going to write one really long list of things that need to happen. So in this one, it will be personal things and church things that I need to get done. And then I will add all of my work to-dos within my work planner. Now, I do have my first insert down here, but we're going to skip it for now because I want to share with you all of the full planners that I have first, and then we'll come back and look at the inserts. The next planner that I have in here is my notes planner. So this is one that I will use for meetings in the past. However, it is for any notes that I have coming up. For the month of May, the way that I am going to use this is I'm going to use my monthly calendar in order to mark off all of the different things that I am learning, what I read for a particular day. That is going to go on my monthly calendar, because all of my church meetings are now going to be on the calendar of my personal planner, because that is where I am planning to keep all of my to-dos for personal and for church. And then my monthly calendar here, I can store for my personal development or anything else that I am currently learning. I'm really excited about adding all of the different notes of the different things that I've learned, different videos that I have watched. All of that will go in here, and I'm really excited about that. I think this one helps me out a lot whenever I am on the go and I just want to jot something down. I just heard something that I really wanted to keep track of. It could be a quote, it could be a video that I'm watching. I just want to write all of the notes. And so I got a really good book that I'm currently reading, and it's called The Courage to be Disliked. I probably will do a video on that one later on, but for now I am keeping up with all of the notes within this section of my planner. And my notes planner is a monthly planner, so it's just a monthly calendar and a bunch of lines. I know a lot of you like this one because it's super helpful, and you can just kind of jot down any and everything that's coming up and put it in this section. The next planner I have in here is my faith planner, and my faith planner is where I keep up with all of my faith notes. I have my scripture of the day on my monthly calendar, and then we have have Bible study notes that I have in here. I also have sermon notes in here. I have devotionals that I have done. It's just a space where I can kind of keep up with any and everything that I am learning. This one is one of my favorite planners. I don't have to do any pre-planning in this one, but I will write things down as they come up as Sunday happens. I am just writing in this one throughout the week. So this one will remain the same. We are still going to use it the exact same way as my faith planner, which the very front of it is like a horizontal style where I can just, let's see if I have a blank page. Do I have a blank? Okay, I have one. It's horizontal where you can kind of like write down things as they come up across. I don't use it that way. I just kind of use it as another notes type page. Sometimes I will use the horizontal lines and I will keep up with different scriptures that I am currently reading. But currently I have just been writing all over the page because I have been using it during Bible study and on Sunday mornings, especially when I run out of my sermon notes section, because you get 4 pages of the sermon notes section. So I ran out of space here because I was writing so many notes. And so then I just went to my horizontal pages and I would add some more notes from Sunday. And then the last planner I have in here is my budget planner. The budget planner is going to remain the same. This one is a staple. I just kind of add in all of my bills here and then I will add in what is happening throughout the month. And it really just helps me to stay on top of my money. So now let me go back really quick and show you the inserts. So the inserts are different from the planners. I have 6 planners within this one book, and these 6 planners each have a monthly calendar and some type of weekly pages. My inserts do not have monthly calendars. They are just additional things that I will use that help support another planner that I have within my system. So the very first insert that I have in here, it could be a planner. If you decide to use it as a planner, you could get the monthly calendar in front of it and actually purchase the planner. I don't use it that way. The way that I use it is I use it as an insert. I have daily plan your day sheets inserts, and my daily sheets are where I will mark down everything that needs to happen in these 3 areas. So I have my schedule, I have my work, I have my personal and / church, and all of that are in these 3 different sections, but I would like to combine them from time to time, especially if I am on a time crunch. And whenever I want to do that, I will use this sheet, and this is where I will kind of mark off everything that needs to happen in one day, no matter what section of my planner it is in. So this kind of helps me to see everything, a full view of my day. I do not use these all the time, but I will use them from time to time whenever I need more details and I just need to kind of focus in on different things that I need to get done throughout the day. So this is the first insert that I have in here. The next insert that I have is my meetings sheets. So my meeting sheets are pretty new to my setup. I have used them in the past for different things, but I just kind of started to add them back in. In the past, I have used my planner, my monthly planner, as a meetings planner. That's the way I used it for the month of April. The challenge that I kept running into though is that sometimes I needed to roll over different meetings. Like I needed notes that I could cross over from one month to another. And so since I kept running into that issue, I decided to add back in my meeting notes sheet. So on this sheet, this is an insert that you can just kind of add in and take out when you need. I have the attendees for a meeting, the topics that we talked about, and then all of my meeting notes. I am mainly using these for organized money meetings and for church meetings. And so I will write down everything that has happened in a meeting. And then if I have any to-dos or anything that I need to follow up on, I will transfer that information over into my work planner if it's for the organized money, or my personal planner if it's for church, because I use my personal planner for church things and for personal things. But that is the way that I'm using these sheets. I currently have about 10 in here. They come 20 to a pack, but I don't add them all because I don't want my planner to be too thick. The next bottom tab that I have in here is another insert, and this is my social insert. So I have talked about having a social media notebook in the past. I will link that above. With my social media notebook, like I said, I don't do well with carrying two notebooks at the exact same time. So what I realized is that I really need it all in one. So I pulled out some of the sheets out of that notebook. I will link it above just in case you wanted to see what the notebook looks like. But in this section, I have my calendar, and this is going to be the calendar for the month of May. I like to send it out, especially to my Organize You members. And so this will be my content calendar. And then I have my content ideas, which I will list out all of the ideas that I have for the month. And then I have scripts. So my script is where I can write down the different topics, where I plan on posting this, the date I'm going to create it, the description, and the script itself, so I can keep up with all of the notes that I might need for any filming that I may decide to do. But this section really does help me to stay on top of all of my future planning for my social media. So the current month will probably go within my work section, but when I'm planning for the future, I will use this section. As I find different things throughout the month that I might want to film later on, I will use this section of my planner, and I will map out everything that's going to happen for the upcoming month. I do have one for the month of May. I just decided not to add it in because I don't want y'all to see all of the videos before I finalize the calendar. I want to make sure that that's what I'm going to post. But the last insert that I have in here is my habit tracker. My habit tracker is where I can list out all of the habits that I am supposed to do on a daily basis, and then I can check them off as I actually get them done. This is another one where I could just easily check it off. It doesn't require any pre-planning, but I will write down all of the things that I need to do and then check them off as I get them done. And if I need to go into more detail, like let's say I did work out, but I want to know what exact workout I did, I will flip over to my personal planner, because within this planner, I will list out how long I ran, how many calories I burned, all of the different details that I might need. Those are the inserts that I currently have in here. So I have 6 planners currently and 4 different inserts that are currently in here. Now, is my planner thick? Yes, it is pretty thick. This is only 1 month within here. I do have some future planning sheets in the back that I will use in order to plan out for the future what's coming up in the next upcoming months, because like I said, this is only 1 month because it's 6 planners. It's still pretty thick, and we have the inserts. It's very thick. So I will use this section in order to plan out everything else that's coming up for the upcoming months after the current month that's in my planner. And then I also have some to-do list sheets back here. I will pull these out and put them in my catch-all planner whenever I need to do brain dumping. So this is my current setup. You know, I love sharing with you guys how I've decided to switch it up for the month. That is going to be my setup for the month of May, and I will have everything linked below if you're interested in my Tom 90 planner in the 3-month system. If you're interested in any of the inserts that I have talked about, I will link it in the description box, and let me know if you have any additional questions. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.